Okay, so hello everyone, how are we this evening?
How do?
Well, thank you. Excellent. So my name's Victoria Stewart. I'm your lecturer for this evening. Do you want to go around and tell me your names? Starting with you.
Right.
Tanya.
Hayden.
Excellent. So we're here to do a language literacy and numeracy test. This is just to see where your language literacy and numeracy skills are up to. So when you're ready, you can begin.
Thank you.
Now, if you do need a hand, feel free to ask. And if there's something you're not sure of, just leave it and you can come back to it after. At the end, yeah, and everyone was, well, as you finish, we'll do the role play. Now, I just want to give you a quick hint. When it comes to rewriting the paragraphs, read through it, cross out what you think just isn't necessary, and then rewrite it from there. It's a good place to start.
Thank you.
You really need to take out of that last paragraph.
Okay, when you looking at, if you look at hints on the previous page, go back to the previous page, looking at hints, the type of language to use, the do's and the don'ts. Excuse me. In that last paragraph, there's a few lines there that are a bit unnecessary, like the last line doesn't really need to be in a progress report. And there's lots of where
What do you mean
the last sentence,
I think the argument is really upsetting.
because that's an opinion.
Okay.
You don't have opinions in a professional progress note, if that helps.
Yeah.
Anything that says where I think or I believe is unnecessary for a progress report.
Really only the first sentence.
You could really break that down to about 3 sentences. Doesn't need, that one really doesn't need to be long at all. If you look at it, you could go, resident was restless. Resident wanted to read a magazine but couldn't concentrate because another resident had the TV up too loud. This turned into a, what would be a good word? A verbal confrontation, and that turned to physical. And later in the day, resident was found in the courtyard disorientated.
That's not 3 sentences.
Probably about 4 or so, but you could really break that one down quite a lot. Now, the role play we'll do in just a moment when everyone's finished. Just have a read through it, and we'll do that after. Alright, are you everyone up to the role play?
Mhm.
Excellent, alright. So with the role play, with the last paragraph you just read, that's what we're going to kind of act out. So you're the staff member, I'm going to be that patient's daughter, that resident's daughter. Now I'm going to change it up, I'm not going to do the same for everyone. I've encountered a lot of different people, especially in residential aged care. You get the really aggressive to the Karens, I want to speak to the manager, to a very quiet and mousy like, so I'm going to change it up and make it a little bit interesting. Your role as the staff member is to get me to calm down, be reassured that your father is safe. Okay.
It's called a baseball bat.
Works in theory, not so well in practice.
A little bit.
So you as the staff member will just read through your role play card.
Okay.
George Stevens, or Stevens, however you want to say it, that's me. I am the son of one of the residents. I have demanded to speak with you. I am angry about a fight that took place in the lounge room of the facility today where another resident tried to punch my dad. I want a lot more supervision of the residents as I'm worried about my father might get hurt one day. So you need to reassure me that's not going to happen, that he is safe, that you'll do what you can to keep them separated or whatever you need to talk about. So like I said, I'm going to change it up. I'm not going to be the same person every time. So who wants to go first? Oh geez, don't everyone move at once.
Alright, well I don't know.
Alright, well you can come first if you want.
Okay.
You can bring your paper with you for notes for references if you like.
Alright.
So you're the staff member and I'm George.
Okay.
Hello, are you in charge here?
I do work here, yes.
Oh, I really want to talk to you.
Okay,
Something-
sure.
Something happened today in the lounge room where another resident tried to punch my father. Can you please tell me what happened with that?
Yeah, absolutely. So it's important to remember that these things sometimes do happen, but everybody here is safe as they are well supervised. So we were able to handle that and separate them and put them in different areas where they're now away from each other.
So can you assure me that this resident isn't going to come anywhere near my dad anymore?
I can assure you that we will try our best that this doesn't happen again.
Okay, well, my dad's quite upset about this as he likes to have his peace and quiet, and I know that this fella, or resident, had the TV up too loud because he was watching the footy. It wasn't even a good game.
Well, this resident is
got
actually
dementia,
quite
forget
hard of
about it in
hearing,
30
so he does like to have the
So
volume
he's
up a
got
little. So
dementia,
we've now
forget
set up
about it in
another
30
area
seconds.
where your dad can have some peace and quiet away from the sound.
Oh, well, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I can see how that could work.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
So that's what we've done to try and rectify the situation that's happened. So hopefully we can prevent it from happening again.
Well, let me assure you, if it does happen again, because I pay good money to have my dad here.
We understand that, yes.
Okay, so this better not be happening again.
We will do our best to make sure it doesn't happen again.
Okay.
We'll keep them away in separate areas where your dad can have a peace and quiet and the other residents can have the noise and the quiet to hear.
Okay then. I'll be watching you.
As if.
You've got no idea. Some of the people I've encountered, they're 10 million times worse than that.
Was that long, isn't it?
Yeah, that was great. That was really good. All right, who wants to go next? Do you want to go next, Tato?
Oh. What am I reading from?
You're just improvising how you'd handle a situation if you're an aged care worker. I'm the... Sorry?
I've got no idea, I'm not an aged care worker.
That's all right. Just think your way through it. I won't be too rough, I promise. You, I want to talk with you. You've got the uniform on. I'm guessing that you work here.
I'm just here for the pay.
Well then, you're going to get smart with me. I want to talk to your manager. But since you're right here, I'll have a chat with you. What happened with my father today?
Don't know, you tell me.
Well, apparently another resident tried to punch him. That's not good enough. What are you going to do about it?
I'll just make sure that they're separated and no fists are thrown
And how are you going to do that?
by putting them in a different area.
Is there enough space in this so-called place for these areas?
More space in your head, obviously.
That would get you fired. So let's not go down that path. Maybe you can rethink that answer. What are you going to do about it?
There's plenty of space in this facility.
Okay, so you thinking that one could be on one end and one could be at another?
They'll be in their proper required areas.
All right then. Well, I'm going to keep an eye on this, and I'm not going to let it go so easily. If my father gets hurt or attempted to be hurt again, I will escalate it. Are we clear?
We're very clear.
Excellent, thank you.
Clearly couldn't be a worker.
It's hard when you're put on the spot. It is, especially when someone's in your face. It's very hard to think on your feet.
I think it's just different work areas. I spent most of my time in hospitality, and they're the answers I'd normally give.
Well, fair enough. In hospitality, that would certainly fly. That would most certainly fly. Not so much here when you're dealing with people who pay hundreds of thousands of dollars to have their parents in residential care. All right. Lucky last.
Very good.
Excuse me.
Yeah,
Do you work here?
I do.
I need to just have a little chat. Something happened in the lounge room today with my dad. I wanted to know what happened. Could you please tell me?
His name?
Mr. Steffens.
Yes, there was a disagreement when Mr. Stephens was watching TV.
Oh, okay. I understand he has a bit of a hearing problem and can sometimes have it up too loud. Could that have been the issue?
It had been, yes.
Okay, I think I need to get his hearing aids checked. Maybe they're not quite strong enough for him. So I'll do that. Do you think though in the meantime, while it takes me to get those hearing aids sorted, you could maybe keep them separated so they don't clash again? I'm a bit
Yeah,
worried
sure.
because my father, he's a bit of a, I don't know how to quite say it, but he can be a bit of a worrisome sometimes. So do you think maybe we could try and do that and I'll get something sorted for his medical issues?
We'll keep an eye on things, make sure they're in their own space, so
Excellent.
they don't cross paths.
Thank you so much for your time. So sorry to bother you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Excellent. So who out of them do you think would be the hardest to deal with?
The first one.
The first, are you sure?
Yeah, definitely.
This one, the last one's passive aggressive.
Very, very passive aggressive. So I will talk to the worker and you go all shy to make yourself look coy. But then you'd go straight to someone else and say, oh, but the worker said this. Oh, but the worker said that. Oh, but they assured me they'd do this. Why isn't this being
not
done?
cases, though, how do you tell what they might not
You
do?
can't. That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
So that's where it comes down to more communication. Be very, very careful what you say and how you say it to residents' families. Because I guarantee you they'll go back to your supervisor, which is usually your registered nurse, and say, oh, but he said this, but she said that. Why isn't that being done? Because that's what they told me would happen. And they will twist these words because at the end of the day, it's your word against theirs. So when
Pretty
you're
much
having...
like what happened to me with that job I did for Sean.
Pretty much, yeah,
Mm.
yeah. So be very, very careful in the language that you use. I think you all did really well in the situations you, except for maybe you
Yeah.
need a bit of work. But at least it made for an entertaining evening. So thank you very much for your time, and that's us finished. If you could make sure that your assignments are, your tests are, you've got your name on them and the date at the end, bottom of every page, and then we're done. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.